Picture this: a chilly Oslo morning. A small child bundled in a bright snowsuit, napping peacefully in a stroller outside a cafe while parents chat inside. A few blocks away, two 8-year-olds ride their bikes to school without an adult, reflective vests flashing, tiny bells ringing at crosswalks. Later that afternoon, a teacher kneels to a child's eye level, speaks softly, and the class calls her by her first name. No one raises their voice. No one panics about the weather, and somehow, everything just works. If that already sounds surprising, you're about to discover why visitors leave Norway saying, "Wait, kids do that here?" Today we're exploring 19 Norwegian parenting rules that stun visitors and the simple logic that makes them work. Before we start, a quick note. Nothing in this video is advice. It's a window into a culture where trust runs deep, outdoor life is sacred, and the goal is raising calm, capable kids. You'll recognize some of these ideas. Others might make you gasp. But together, they reveal a parenting culture that is low drama, high trust, and quietly effective. Rule 1. Early independence is the goal. From an early age, Norwegian kids hear a gentle refrain, "You can try." Parents step back, even when it would be faster to step in. That means tying their own shoes, cutting soft foods with a real knife under supervision, carrying their own backpack, pouring milk into a cup, even if it spills the first time. The focus isn't perfection. It's practice. Visitors sometimes think this looks hands-off, but it's the opposite. It's intentional. The message whispers, "You are capable," and children rise to meet it. The first time a child rides the local bus with a group of classmates and no parents, it's a big deal. Not because it's dangerous, but because it's a rite of passage. The confidence that follows sticks for years. Rule 2. Outdoor time is non-negotiable. Norwegians have a word, Friluftsliv, that translates to open-air life. It isn't a hobby, it's a way of living. Preschool in Norway can look like a rainy forest, a muddy path, a pile of sticks turning into a fort. Teachers zip up rain suits, serve warm soup, and take learning outside like it's the most natural classroom in the world. Kids climb, slip, and try again, learning their limits by meeting them. The result is resilience. When children learn to read the weather, they also learn to read themselves. I'm cold, I need another layer. I'm tired, I can pause and breathe. It's self-awareness through fresh air. Rule 3. Weather is never an excuse, only a clothing problem. You'll hear the saying, "There's no bad weather, only bad clothes." It's not bravado, it's logistics. Families prepare with wool base layers, waterproof outerwear, and reflective strips through the long winter. Kids learn how to dress for minus temperatures, like others learn to pack a lunch. And here's the quiet magic. When weather is predictable but not scary, it stops controlling the day. Walk to school? Of course. Outdoor recess? Definitely. Nap outside? Yes, if the baby is warm and monitored. The world feels bigger when the weather is manageable, not menacing. Rule 4. Trust comes before fear. This one stuns visitors most. Children in Norway learn to move through public spaces, walking to a neighbor's house, biking to practice, navigating buses with careful training, not constant escorting. Why? Because the goal is to make capable citizens, not passengers. Parents teach route planning, road rules, and how to ask for help. Communities support it with safe infrastructure, zebra crossings, bike lanes, lights, and a culture that notices kids without hovering over them. It isn't naive. It's built, taught, and reinforced. Rule 5. First name basis with adults. In classrooms and clubs, kids often call teachers and coaches by their first names. Visitors sometimes mistake this for a lack of respect. In reality, it's about approachability. Authority isn't loud, it's consistent. A teacher who listens, explains, and keeps boundaries earns respect without needing a title. Children learn to speak up, to ask questions, and to see adults as partners in learning, not distant rulers. Rule 6. Minimal homework in the early years. If you're used to heavy homework in primary school, Norway feels calm. Early education is play-based. More time is spent building social skills, motor skills, and curiosity than cramming worksheets. Afternoons stay open for free play, sports, and family time. The idea is simple. Protect childhood from burnout. Create a strong foundation so when academic pressure increases later, kids have the habits and confidence to meet it. Rule 7. Class trips teach real life. Overnight cabin trips, hiking days, cross-country ski outings, these aren't extras. They're built into school life. Children pack their own bag, carry their lunch, manage their gear, and help with chores. They learn to make a fire safely, take turns sleeping on bunks, share tasks, and find their way on a trail. What looks like fun is actually training for adulthood. Responsibility, teamwork, and self-management. Rule 8. Screen rules are quiet, firm, and consistent. You won't see many dramatic phone confiscations or shouting matches. Instead, families set clear expectations. Devices away at dinner, limited screen time on school nights, no flexing with expensive gadgets. There's a cultural undertone here called Janteloven, the idea that you don't show off. Screens are tools, not trophies. The tone is calm, we're done for today. When a boundary is steady, it doesn't need to be loud. Rule 9. No shoes inside and everyone tidies. The front hall in a Norwegian home is an organized landing zone. Shoes off, coats hung, gear placed where it belongs. Children tidy their own space and often help with light chores, setting the table, wiping counters, vacuuming crumbs. It's not punishment, it's participation. Shared spaces stay shared when everyone contributes. Visitors notice the order and think, wow, everything's clean. The secret is early routines and daily maintenance, not occasional deep cleans with drama attached. Rule 10. Early, simple bedtimes. Even in summer, when daylight stretches to midnight, Norwegian families prioritize sleep. Bedtime routines are predictable. Bath, book, bed. Lights dim. Voices soften. The rhythm protects both the child and the entire home. Parents get their evening back. Kids wake up with enough energy for school and outside play. In a culture that values calm, sleep is a major tool. Rule 11. Candy mostly happens on Saturdays. Lørdagsgodt, Saturday sweets, is a beloved ritual. Instead of constant bargaining over sugar all week, families delay gratification and make treats a weekly event. Kids look forward to it, pick their favorites, and enjoy without guilt. The rest of the week stays balanced without a running negotiation. It's structure without shame, and it reduces friction around food. Rule 12. Real tools, real risks, taught safely. At school and camp, children might carve sticks with a small knife, toast bread over a fire, or help saw a branch. The key is training. Adults demonstrate, supervise, and trust. Mistakes become lessons, not disasters. The result is risk competence. Kids learn respect for tools and fire by using them, not by avoiding them. And when they graduate to bigger responsibilities, cycling in traffic, taking a ferry with friends, they carry that respect with them. Rule 13. Sports are for everyone, not just stars. Youth sports in Norway lean toward inclusion and late specialization. Kids try many activities: football, handball, skiing, swimming. Volunteer coaches emphasize fair play and team spirit over immediate results. Visitors used to elite pressure often feel relieved. The aim is healthy movement, friendship, and joy, habits that last longer than trophy seasons. Rule 14. Birthday parties are inclusive and simple. You'll see whole class invitations in the early years to prevent exclusion. Parties are often at home with simple games, homemade cake, and reasonable expectations. There's no need to rent a castle or hire a circus. The focus is shared fun, not one-upmanship. Parents breathe easier. Kids remember laughter, not price tags. Rule 15. Money modesty is normal. Flashy brands don't earn extra respect here. Hand-me-downs are common, second-hand is smart, and bragging about expensive gear is frowned upon. Children might receive a small allowance and learn to budget quietly. They see money as a tool, not a scoreboard. When status pressure is low, kids feel freer to participate without worrying about what they wear or carry. Rule 16. Gender-neutral expectations are standard. Chores, activities, colors, less is gendered. Boys might learn knitting at school, girls might split firewood at camp. The underlying message is equality by habit. Children absorb that contribution matters more than stereotype and that they can explore what they like without being boxed in. Rule 17. Communication is direct and calm. You won't hear much lecturing. Boundaries are clear, explanations are brief, and consequences are consistent. Adults model the tone they want kids to use: steady, respectful, specific. When emotions rise, parents kneel, meet the child's eyes, and speak softly. It's not perfection, it's practice. Over time, children learn self-regulation by watching it. Rule 18. Community trust lets kids roam together. After school, you'll see kids forming little bike trains, scootering to the playground, or building dens in a shared courtyard. Parents aren't hovering, they're nearby, aware, and available if needed. Because neighborhoods expect children to play outside, the world feels built for them. Benches for resting, paths for pedals, lights for safety. The message is, you belong in this public space. Rule 19. Independence in travel arrives earlier than many expect. By middle school, it's normal to see kids taking the bus alone or with friends. Reflective vests in winter, bike lights at dusk, and a well-worn travel card become symbols of growing up. Parents train for this: how to read a schedule, what to do if you miss a stop, how to ask a driver for help, when to call home. Each trip stretches confidence a little more. Visitors watch this and feel a mix of shock and admiration. They really can handle it. If you're thinking, isn't this risky? Let's clear up a few myths. It's not neglect, it's training. Kids aren't thrown into independence, they're coached into it. Small steps, clear rules, lots of repetition. It's not perfect. Norwegian parents face the same meltdowns, sibling squabbles, and screen temptations as anyone else. The difference is the tone and the systems. Routine instead of argument, preparation instead of panic, community instead of isolation. And yes, there's variation. Rural life, city life, immigrant families, single parents, every family adapts these ideas to reality. The principles hold: trust, responsibility, and calm boundaries. Let's recap the spine of the culture in 5 beats. Independence. Kids are trained to do for themselves early. Outdoors, nature is a daily teacher, in all weather. Trust. Communities and systems support kids moving through the world. Modesty. No need to show off, focus on substance. Routine. Sleep, chores, and simple rituals keep home steady. Put those together and you get the tone visitors feel immediately. Low drama, high trust. Now imagine implementing just one of these where you live. Maybe it's a tiny shift like a device-free dinner that actually sticks because you set it calmly and keep it steady. Maybe it's an outdoor ritual, a short walk after school, even when it rains, with a thermos of something warm. Maybe it's bedtime consistency. The same story, the same light, the same goodnight. Or perhaps it's a trust step, a short solo errand, rehearsed and safe, that tells your child, I believe in you. Each small move teaches the same lesson. Norway whispers, you're capable and I'm here. Visitors often say the most surprising part isn't any single rule. It's the feeling in the air. Classrooms are relaxed yet focused. Playgrounds are lively but not chaotic. Family dinners feel unhurried, not performative. There's less pressure to prove and more space to grow. Even the way adults speak to children carries that quiet confidence. Clear expectations, fewer threats, more trust that kids can handle boundaries without theatrics. It's not magic. It's 1,000 gentle choices, repeated. Think about those small choices playing out over years. A 5-year-old who zips his own rain suit becomes a 7-year-old who packs her own day bag, becomes a 10-year-old who bikes to practice on her own, becomes a 12-year-old who reads a bus timetable without fear. Each step says, you can. And the world agrees by being designed for it. Safe crossings, bike lanes, predictable schedules, reliable adults who help if asked. When the environment and the parenting work together, independence feels normal, not radical. There's also a wonderful humility woven through all of this. You won't hear much bragging about perfect children or elite achievements. You will hear stories about a rainy hike that turned funny, a stubborn zipper that finally closed, a child who learned to make hot chocolate for the family after a snowy day. The victories are small and human. They build character without needing applause. Of course, Norway has its challenges. Long winters can be tough, schedules still get hectic, not every school or family aligns perfectly with these ideals. But the center holds, because the rules are simple and widely shared. Even if you don't follow all 19, following a handful changes the home atmosphere. More predictability, less negotiation, more capability, less stress. So if you're visiting Norway and you notice a stroller napping on a terrace, a row of tiny boots dripping by a school door, a teacher called by her first name, or a small pack of kids navigating the tram like pros, now you know what you're seeing. It's a culture practicing trust out loud. I'd love to hear your take. Which of these 19 surprised you most? Which one would actually work where you live, and which one would never fly? Drop your thoughts in the comments, especially if you grew up with a similar rule or the complete opposite. If you want more videos like this, about Norway's school norms, apartment rules, or the customs that catch tourists off guard, make sure you're subscribed. And if this gave you a new perspective, share it with a friend who loves travel, culture, or parenting insights. Thanks for watching, and remember, with the right prep, there's no bad weather, just another chance to grow.